This is the next generation of our egg-laying flock. Old school meets new school. What do you guys think? Say hello. Come here. So today I want to share with you guys some things that we've got going on around the ranch about how we're managing our horses, and also just some other fun stuff, because outside of the horse things, a lot of times my wife and I joke, if you guys come down here and ride with us at the ranch, that it's horses, homesteading, and homeschooling, between raising our own food and family. And so I'll let you guys meet these guys really quickly. And so this is the next generation of our egg-laying flock. They're just a couple months old. They'll get turned out to pasture. We've got some chicken tractors that we'll put out there for them to go out in, but we're still kind of coming out of winter here in Texas. Feels like spring at this point. It's been 70s. And we got some of our older egg layers that are kind of winding down. We just sold a couple of them over the weekend, and we're keeping some of them around just so we keep the eggs coming in, and then we'll sell the rest of them off. They're still good birds. I like to keep ones that are optimized around. And so we've got the fancy chicken flock to keep. My wife and my daughter is enjoying that. My daughter absolutely loves the chickens. And so I want to share with you guys, we're gonna go out here and I'm gonna introduce you all to some of the horses. We've got some sheep to turn loose. We're actually going into our first lambing season. And so let me show you guys this real quick. I want to get your opinion on this. Old school meets new school. What do you guys think? Yes. So I built the side rails for this truck, and then I'm going to build a back gate for it as well. But what do you guys think? I've tasted all the flavors of trucks. We've had a Ford, we've had a Ram, and then we just got the Chevy. Lizzie Lou, say hello. Come here. This is Lizzie, the ranch corgi. You good ranch dog? Come on, let's go. Go. She's looking for her buddy. Got a cat named Thomas. He's running around out here somewhere, and she loves playing with him. So get these sheep turned loose here. Give you guys a rundown on them. So we've been keeping them up at night. And so I'll explain this in a second. I know for anybody that has sheep, this isn't the best scenario per se, but you guys ate your minerals, that's good. And so we've been running a little mineral buffet for them, and they cleaned up the ones. We've got some more on the way. But one of the things, right now they're free roaming sheep. And so that's why our gate stays shut. It's not because we don't want to be friendly, but they're free roaming right now. And then I've got some pasture pens being built, basically what we call sheep tractors. I'll show you guys this out in the field, because a lot of you guys might have heard of something called like a paradise paddock or a horse track system. And I'm gonna explain to you guys some pasture management stuff real quick that we've been doing for our horses, using the sheep and using the chickens. Because one of the things that's really bad in the horse industry is people thinking like that horses are notoriously hard on the land, and they can be, but if we manage it correctly, it doesn't have to be that way, right? So this land, it's February 3rd, right? And so we've got about 7 acres back here. Oh, Lizzie's running around. And you guys will see probably out here, you can probably see some white stakes. It's hard with the sun hitting it right now. I'll come over here, you guys can see some of the white stakes. We got these white stakes up, and then we run electric fencing, right, that we can easily move and put up and take down. And we rotate these horses across this field. And when we bought this farm 3 years ago, it looks like a golf course out here. Looked like an absolute golf course. And because they ran way too many horses on it. And so we rotationally grazed this. So you guys can probably see this a little easier here, where we've got all these white stakes, okay? And you're gonna probably see like there's a lot of grass in here now, but it was like a putting green on a golf course. And one of the things that we did was we segmented it off into, we took the 7 acres, we did 14 half-acre paddocks, give or take, okay? And then right here I'm walking, you guys will be able to see this pretty clearly, is, see right down here is an alleyway, right? And so we had one paddock right here, another paddock, those 4 paddocks down this side, we had 3 paddocks right here, and then there's another 7 divided off on that side. And so, but this was an alleyway, and then we have a run-in shed right there. And so I've got other videos that walk you through this, but the big thing that that we've done this year is I rotationally grazed them through the field last spring. And so we took them off about middle of April or so, and this ground has been sitting just left alone outside of the sheep wandering out here to eat for the last almost a year, about 10 months. And so we let it grow up. I bush hogged it once last year, and then I actually just finished bush hogging it this year. And the reason I did that is because underneath this, you can see that there's spots where it's more bare, and there's a lot more buildup where this grass has grown up. And we're trying to get carbon. We're trying to get more carbon to increase the amount of topsoil on this ground so that that way we can have more grass. It can hold more water. And a big part of that is holding more water because we've been in a drought here in Texas for the last couple of years. You guys can see like where this has really started to take off. Like this is just really good thick grass through here. And there's plenty of spots throughout this that are not great, whether it's a little bit weedy, so we're putting hay down, feeding hay in those weedy spots, trying to build up the ground. But I'm a big proponent that even with our horses, that we don't have to destroy the ground. Now, the last 10 months of not letting them be out here, we fed a lot of hay. We've fed a lot of hay. But I didn't, as my faith has grown, I've realized like, hey, there's the biblical principle of like once every 7 years, giving the land a year off. And so that's basically what we've done just out of sheer stewardship and management of the land, but is giving this a rest. And so I finished bush hogging this. I'm gonna flip you guys around here. Finished bush hogging this yesterday, and then we're gonna get these pasture pins for the sheep here. And then we're going to set up part of this paddock system for our horses so they can get back out here and actually start grazing it. And so that part is going to be nice to get those horses to be able to stretch their legs. I'm thinking about doing another video just on the track system because I don't think it's a very good system if you're running a bunch of training horses unless you're using permanent fencing. If you do permanent fencing with training horses, I think you can totally do it. If you're running electric fencing like we are, not sure it's the best option just because you got higher risk and all that sort of stuff. So let's go in the barn here and meet some horses. So we'll see, you've got your head sticking out. So this is my intern's horse, Theodore, and I'll show you a couple others that we've got for the Las Vegas Mustang Challenge. It's the Western event for the Mustang deal out in Vegas. I think there's 100,000 plus in prize money or something like that. First place wins 50,000. And so she's got him. I'm helping her with her. She's got a handful of rides on him. This guy is super muddy. It's Monday morning here and they had Sunday off. And so this is another gelding for the Mustang Challenge as well. He's super, super cool fella. So these horses, we got a couple ownership opportunities for those of you guys that enjoy the Mustangs and want a performance Mustang, a horse that has a really high-level education. And then this guy's like, what are you doing with your phone? And this is one of mine, a little red gelding. They're all 5 and 6, basically. And so he's a super cool little horse for the Mustang deal as well. And then we've got a couple sales horses in. And hey, buddy. He's like, I'm munching on my hay. But this guy's a big puppy dog. He's a sales horse that we've got in. He's a really good boy, just as easy going as they come. A couple other horses, some of our horses are turned out. One of the training horses is turned out with our horse. And so lots of exciting stuff going on there, y'all. One of the things that I'm super excited about this year is I'm going to get back out and we're going to go teach a handful of clinics around the country. Right now, we've got a clinic booked in North Carolina, New Hampshire, and Maine, potentially one up in Colorado. But if for anybody that is interested in staying in touch with what we've got going on the clinic side of things, you can go down. We'll put the link to my clinic schedule down below, and you guys can keep up to date with that there, be able to sign up for those clinics, reach out to host if you got any questions like that. But around here, guys, I'm going to try to do a little bit more of keeping you guys up to speed with what we've got going on the ranch. Like I said, we got going into our first lambing season. Those are dairy sheep. And some of you guys are like, what the heck? But I'm really big on knowing where our food comes from, making sure that we're raising it ethically, that we're giving these animals an amazing life, because what we put into our body is what we get out. And just like with our horses, we go buy high quality hay because what we put into our horses, whether that's nutritional, supplements, training, the quality of water, all of that has a direct impact on the results that we get out of it. And we have to treat our bodies the same way. So we got 155 chickens showing up here in about 3 weeks. You're like, you just showed me a bunch of chickens. Well, they're 155 meat chickens. And so we've got together with some folks from church and my cousin, and we're going to raise a bunch of meat birds just for each other, right? Just to kind of be able to say, hey, you know, they're going to come over and process their own. We're going to process our own. I'm just raising them for everybody. And so, because I'm a real big proponent of raising our food, knowing our food comes from, it's a great opportunity for me to raise my girls up and raise our kids up around that, because there's nothing better than actually knowing where your food comes from, knowing what your food is eating and all that sort of stuff. And so we're able to get this garden back and kicking. You guys might have saw this earlier, is that I put in this big garden bed this last fall. And so I'm pretty excited for what we're going to do. Our diet has changed. So I'm not like so we've got this big old garden bed here that we put in. There's one of the chicken tractors. We've been using that as like a little chick brooder for all the chickens that have been coming in. So lots of fun stuff going on around the ranch, y'all. If there's more of the stuff that you have questions about that you want to see, be sure to let us know. I just want to be able to take a time, you know, once a week or every other week to kind of give you guys an update of what we've got going on, because it's, as much as there's always a professional front, I mean, you guys see, like, we're just living life. We're building the businesses, building our horse business so that we can provide the life for our family that we want to ultimately have, and have that freedom, right? Have that freedom to be able to spend the time how we want to, spend the time working with great clients, training great horses, being able to help people's dreams come true. And, you know, we try to do that through our training horse program, try to do that through our sales horses, try to do that through our horse business manager software for horse professionals, so that way they can get their time back. All those things is like, ultimately, we only got this one life here on earth, and we might as well maximize it in serving other people and be able to enjoy it with those that God bless us with. So I really appreciate y'all taking your time to watch this video and join me. If you guys want to see more like this, absolutely let me know. I just want to give you a quick overview of everything we've got going on. And until next time, we'll see you later.